Can you hear me now? How about now? Is anybody there? Hello? Because I can't tell what the hell's going on here. Yeah, Streamlabs did a flip out on me. If any of you can hear what I'm saying. Great. Probably everybody's still trapped in the previous stream room because YouTube's being a butthead. Ugh. And the problem is I can't even tell. Yeah, okay, that's better. It must have been a Streamlands error then. All right, thank you. Streamlabs, I mean. I'm going to have to figure out what went wrong over on Streamlabs. That's the problem. Streamlabs, used to be a reliable piece of software. Now you have to constantly coddle it like a child, or otherwise it does weird crap. I think Lady G's asleep in the other room. Okay, I have to make a confession. I have watched Dot and Bubble, and after much thought and hearty, contemplation, I have to admit it wasn't a total shit bomb like I thought it was going to be. But I have come to one very, very, definite conclusion that RTD, when he was making up the character names for this particular episode, was obviously, hoking on the happy weed. I'm not kidding. Lindy Pepperbean, Hoochie Pie. I'm sorry, but when I hear Hoochie Pie, I keep hearing that song from back in the day, Hoochie, Coochie, la, la, la. I think of Coochie, not Hoochie. Okay, and for you folks, it's kind of like, well, if I was walking around in public today and I said, well, I really like Cooter, people would smack me upside the head. And I was talking about Cooter, the character from the Dukes of Hazzard. You see what I mean? Language barrier going on there. But as my friend, William from New York is going to say, why in the name of hell did they go through all the trouble of getting the song Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny Yellow Dot Bikini, but couldn't get one freaking Beatles song for the Beatles episode? But we'll be talking more about that on the weekend. I got to find out what went wrong with Streamlabs. It, like I said, most of the time it's right on, but okay, Dr. Freedom, why are you home? You loser. Because it's my birthday. I don't work on my birthday. I've tried to make it a constant and loving tradition to never work on my own birthday. And yes, as you can tell, obviously, from your high definition cameras, I'm not sure what resolution this is going out at. I am a hairy bastard. Okay? Let's just say I can go out in the winter without a shirt on and I'm already wearing a sweater. All right? I am now officially 53 years old. Which for me is ancient. I'm one of them guys who always thought, the world was going to end in year 2000, so why bother? But, oh, great. I just realized I have got to dust that thing off. I was taking a good look at my friend back there, Mr. Sombrero, who I've never worn on the air because I always thought they're going to nail me for appropriation if I wear that on the air. As a matter of fact, there's one helmet I definitely won't wear on the air now because it'll cause trouble. And I keep looking at it because it's right there. I actually have a civil defense helmet from Israel. And you'd think with it being Israel, they'd be a little more careful, but the civil defense helmet is plastic. This is from a place where actual warfare can happen. And the helmet is plastic. Okay, but like I said, I keep looking at that and thinking about cultural appropriation. And I'm like, yeah, now there's a bunch of students walking, white male and white female students walking around wearing keffiyehs, screaming about Palestine when they don't even have the slightest idea what's going on over there. As I've told a friend of mine the other night, Yasser Arafat, in whatever chapter of hell he's in, must be laughing his ass off at all these, young Americans out there chanting about genocide and all this shit. All right, I have to say this, but I'm going to probably be attacked for it anyway. I noticed somebody's got up all these Whovians for Palestine flags on X, and I'm like, where are you going to send the money to? That's the question that keeps running through my mind. And that's the only reason I'm bringing this up, because I've seen that. Yeah, Whovians or Palestine. And I'm like, and they're going to start a GoFundMe. Guys, look, more power to you. Do whatever you want to do. But this is a country that we've sent billions of dollars of aid to. And instead of using it to improve their people's situation, they dug tunnels, they bought weapons, and then they attacked Israel 5 times. And then the last time they did it, one of the last, Israel, of course, retaliated. And now people are throwing a fit because this country said, no, you're not going to attack our people, burn our kids in our bedrooms, and all this stuff. Yet it's perfectly okay for them to do that. But if Israel retaliates, and I'm sitting there going about the word genocide, I'm like, guys, Israel's a nuclear capable country. If they really wanted to genocide anybody, it takes a push of a button. Matter of fact, they have one of the highest, most highly trained militaries and special forces on the planet Earth. If they really wanted to do this genocide thing, everybody's screaming's happening, they could glass over that channel, run through, and they could run through, the Gaza, all that stuff like shit through a goose. If they really wanted people wiped out, they can do it, and they could have it done within a week. So that's why I die laughing when I see all these student demonstrations. But it really makes me sad, though, is the anti-Semitism. I thought we were over this. But as I get older, it just seems to be getting weirder, but maybe it's just me, I try to understand things I don't understand, and then my head explodes. And then I have to reassemble it piece by piece with Elmer's glue. Ugh. But yeah, I am now 53 years old as of today. And I know we agree and we disagree on certain things. But I'm not kidding. That clip they put out for Dot and Bubble, the first thing I go, oh my God, this is going to be a total shit bomb. But then when I watched it, I noticed that, it does have, and what scared me most about it, I'm going to save most of my review for this weekend for the Omega Files, is it was like looking into the future. Because I've seen this. I've seen this type of behavior. And the sad part is we don't have a Dot and Bubble. We have these. I have seen people go to work, and even though they're working, they have these propped up everywhere in new and interesting ways to find ways. They found, new and interesting ways to prop up their phone so they can watch it all day. And I'm like, how far are we really from the Dot and Bubble setup? With advances in AI, virtual reality, 3D projection. And it does. That part frightened me more than the actual, creatures did. So like I said, I'm not going to blow the whole thing because I want to discuss it with the gang this Friday. But thank you all for the birthday wishes. Yeah, I said I don't like working on my birthday. I never have. So usually the first personal day I get every June when I'm eligible for them is always my birthday, which is 3 days in. And because it just kind of bums me out. I have worked on my birthday before, but I tend not to make it a habit. I'm not kidding. I really wish, with like, the Nardi and all them guys, I wish they'd just come out and met some of these guys out there, that are, running their mouths like crazy. Why don't you just admit you're a racist? And, you're a hypocrite. You're me. I'm not exactly, I'm not going to go into all that. Diversity. Yeah, they would have been happy for Dot and Bubble, wouldn't they? I'd like to see that one guy, sitting there watching. Remember, I showed you the video clip of him. Every time, oh, great. I forgot the actors. The fellow who played Maximus, and it's going to hit me in a minute. All right. Yeah, the chat just went out. All right, it's reconnected. For some reason, every now and then, the chats aren't working. Somebody asked me why wasn't the live chat on during one of the things all back. I said, I don't know. I usually leave it on. Oh, yeah. Sorry to hear that about Jane Tratner's husband. It's tragic to hear, when you lose a loved one, especially someone you've spent a significant amount of part of your life with. Sorry about that. I thought I should know better. This is the cat's sleepy time. I thought he was moving around in there. He's plotting my death. Yeah, I have no idea why that's happening. Why sometimes the chat's working and sometimes it's not. Also, I've had friends of mine say comments of theirs have come up missing. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't edit the comments really anymore because, the only time I was really hardcore editing the comments was when we had trolls who were living in the comment boxes and just attacking people for no reason and things like that, trying to get people turned off to the channel. And were the origin of the Khaleds. Oh, goodness gracious. Are you kidding me? Those people aren't going to last 5 minutes on their own. That's one thing that had me roaring out laughter at the end of Dot and Bubble was these people couldn't even walk on their own a few minutes ago. And yet now they're going to go off into the woods and live this great adventure and blah, blah, blah. They're not going to make it a week. Like they couldn't even survive without their Dot and Bubble on the inside of that controlled environment. Even if the creatures weren't there, they probably wouldn't have survived. And now they're going to go off into the woods and live happy ever after. No, they're done. Second the food runs out, they're going to eat each other. Or plus, yeah, as someone brought up, it was interesting because all right, so when I'm really hoping it's not the trickster, because I could give 3 shakes of a rat's ass less about the twister. The trickster. Oh, please tell me that's not what you're going to waste the whole story arc on. Is the trickster. I didn't give a shit about the trickster when he was around, and back in the day, and give me some hope that it's a more capable villain. There's been some word going around, like I said, this is speculation that this is the land of fiction. That Susan Twist's character is the new master of the land of fiction. Because back in the days before the master, there was the master of the land of fiction. Okay. Okay, guys, please listen. Why is everybody assuming? Let me put that in capital letters so big that Martians are reading it without glasses. Assuming Sean Pertwee is going to show up. Just because they mentioned something that was our videotape, that was in the unit archive since, the time of the Third Doctor. Sorry, I got distracted with my own thoughts there. Yeah, I know. I saw that, and it's not just now the Doctor and Ruby are throwing. Wait a minute, we've seen this person before. Why do they keep coming up? But I'm seriously hoping it's not the Trickster, because I could give her 3 shakes of a rat's ass less about the Trickster. I really can. And we said B, the special guest thing. Everybody's assuming it's going to be Sean Pertwee as his father. And I said, look, if it does happen, great. But I highly doubt it's going to, because Sean has never wanted to appear as his father. Nope. He was in the cast list for the cinema screening, but that was based off of IMDb. Okay. So like I said, I hope I'm wrong, but at the same time, we've got a whole lot of precedence that says, no, it's not going to happen. So what can you do? Forget Doctor Who. I'm still trying to figure out what happened to Richie Cunningham's older brother, Chuck. That's one thing that always flipped me out about TV shows, was characters who just disappeared one day and they never come back, and you never hear their names again, let alone an explanation of what happened to them. But yeah, Happy Days I was referred to. All right, here's the problem with if Susan Twist is Susan Twist is Susan Foreman, and who is Mrs. Flood? And who, like I said, we know Mrs. Flood has seen TARDISes before and all that. And she just happens to live near Ruby, and I think she does it. I don't think it's any accident Miss Flood is her neighbor. But like I said, I still have a lot of problems with 73 yards. It was a good idea, but badly executed. Like I said, I don't like to go off the deep end with speculation too much, because you start building up an expectation, and then but also water. The only water in the forest is the river. And I heard about Big Finish basically stealing my idea of just downloading River Song into a clone body. Yeah, who came up with that? You guys have heard me talk about that, so I've got witnesses. Hello, Mr. Briggs. We need to have a talk about your little River Song adventure. No, I'm not going to get a dime. I know it. I'm just. So, yeah, that's why I'm not in the parking lot today. That's why I'm not running in the building right now. That's why I am not good. Yeah, that's right. The work shift starts in 3 minutes, and I will not be there. So, well, I'm about to run off anyway. I'm going to go make me some breakfast, sit down, make one with the universe, and what's wrong with the parking lot? The parking lot's not sad. Well, that is because it misses me. You're right, but um. So take care, everyone. Please be kind, be calm, be safe. Enjoy the rest of your Monday if you can. Monday got a bad rap, didn't it? And we'll see you all tomorrow morning. We will definitely be in the parking lot then. So have a good one, everybody.